scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 4th down, on is the punter, Colby Wadman. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one.
I thought he
A
fumbled.
good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line
Better
for
than
this
7,
next drive.
yeah.
And a big no-no last time. A safety to make this score 2-0 where we stand now. So, see if they can atone for that mistake.
You give up points,
That's how.
but on the...
And now look at him go. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 84 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
84 yards with the quarterback.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays, here in the NFL, doesn't look a lot like
You
what we
can't
used
do
to see
that
on
with
Saturdays
Joe
when we called those
Flacco,
games.
Option play
whoever
just
the
like we
quarterback
saw.
is
That
for
was
the
a
Broncos.
long touchdown of the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Pressure's good.
Nowhere to escape,
Come on,
and he
you
goes
kids.
down. Jalen Ferguson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. To try again after the sack. Lock, and he'll lay out and
You gotta be
pull it
kidding
in.
me.
What
We
a
didn't make
diving
a
catch there.
play on that.
28 yards the gain there on the
That was
catch and
tough.
run.
Partner, when you
That
ask
literally
anyone
just
other
made me
than your
feel
QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Yeah, 7-2.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson.
Oh, great accuracy. I'm talking about perfection.
Incomplete. Good effort there
Got
trying
him
to
a
take a
touchdown.
shot, but it's
Talking
3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd
Throw
down.
the ball.
Jackson
It's not
cannot
hard.
get away, and he'll go down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. The Broncos take over first and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting
You
to
gotta
take
be kidding me.
shape a
That's
little
what
bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find the matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Steps away. Can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator,
probably gotta
I
hold
see
that.
all that rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Lock to throw on 2nd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
No.
And this is going to wind up.
That would have been the way. I would have had to quit after
The
that.
coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
The best offensive I've seen in
And
my
it's a
life.
huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles.
I know, Duloc, he'll end up being
start to
pretty
become
good.
a factor.
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5.
That's that field team.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They'll run here with Ingram. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Yeah, this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
8 read. I got him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Past the 20.
No, that's so
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted,
This Earl
but it
Thomas,
winds up falling incomplete.
sitting and waiting.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end pass rush. They've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Yeah.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken
That is
down.
what we do around here.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now Locke. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Precision accuracy
Not only
is
was the
what
call
he's
spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there?
He's not even that
Zone
bad.
was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field still
really thought I
available
was
because
going
you
to go
call
somewhere with
timeout
that
and
one.
regroup.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson from the shotgun.
He like not eat a sack for
He
one.
goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll get this one to Patrick. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. On 2nd and 12, Locke. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year, who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to see teams struggle like this. Hate to see teams that are down. And when they get wins, you come with a little bounce, don't you? You got a little extra spring in your step. Those Bengals, and they beat the Jets, who at the time were hot, right? They won 3 in a row. How about Washington? That win over Carolina. And then, of course, the Dolphins. No one really saw that coming. Their win over Philadelphia, even though it was at home. Could those wins for those teams be the death knell for the teams that lost? The Jets, we're not going to talk about them anymore.
No,
Carolina,
that's a running back.
Maybe a late run could put them in the playoff race in the NFC South. And then how about Philadelphia? But they're not out of it.
No.
They still control their destiny. If they win out, they go 9-7 and win the NFC East.
Yeah, because they're just one game back of 6-6 Dallas. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25.
That was bad on
And
our
they're
part.
going to have
That
this
was
in a
awesome.
great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Shotgun snap to Lock.
They still
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. A run with Lindsay out of the gun. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Block off of play action.
Good play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
Oh,
They are more
that was a
athletic
good
now
man.
than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Ingram. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Towards the end zone for Brown. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown.
Oh, too
his second
good.
touchdown of the
Broncos
night
trash.
as the Ravens push further out in front.
23-8.
From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be caught.
25-8.
It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos on the field ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up.
That better not be T.I.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6
that's
on
on
the
you.
board here. We'll see. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They'll get this to Phillip Lindsay complete.
I probably
He's
should have
gonna
accepted
have
that
the
penalty.
first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff, now Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Legendary moment. Legendary moment right here, boys. Is this the Tanner Ledford quitting?
No, I'm putting him to a player.
Oh, because Joe Flacco's so good.
Better than Drew Lock, I guess. All his throwing stats are underneath 80.
You hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs. He's gonna go down again.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Returnable for Thomas.
Travis, how'd you get beat by the Broncos so bad?
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially,
What team did you
given
use?
15. And this offense takes over in great
Yeah, you
shape
have no
right
excuse.
at the 50, 1st and 10. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
I'm like up Tanner's butt right now.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
What'd you say?
Bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Jackson dancing to his left. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go. This is caught inside the 15. And all the
I was
way
like,
in for
I
a
motioned
Ravens
and nobody
touchdown.
motioned with him, and I was like, hold up, wait a minute, Tanner's quitting. Aww. Travis, you ready to get this work, Travis? I already sent Tanner packing. I made Tanner quit. I had to do it. It's gonna be the one time I ever beat you. No, I didn't fix my defense. Oh well. I don't need.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets
not
past
the Broncos.
25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Okay, but that's Travis. You 60-piece, Travis. Okay, because...
Jackson, option right. And he cuts it right and into space. And he's going to be out up.
Travis, I'm killing you with this lead option, dude.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option
You're not
play
gonna be
was
ready
going to
when I
take
do.
over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on third down, Jackson. He may try and run for this. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10. Down at the 31. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. On 3rd down, Jackson. Being chased out left, and he fires one, but incomplete.
They made me do that.
That's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
You're right.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage on the
I
play
will run
back
that.
at his own 19-yard line. A loss of 2 there.
Wait,
Second
what?
down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this
can't hear what
defense
you're saying.
continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Travis, I'm in your
And
booty,
he's
dude.
going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
Like, I'm in your cheeks right
It'll be a
now.
loss of 1, and it's going to be 3rd
I'm in your cheeks. You better figure it out.
14. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to air one out.
That's a one-handed pick,
Coverage, and
Travis.
it's
You suck.
intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 31 yards there and a first.
Okay,
They're
Tanner,
actually
it's your
utilizing
team.
what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45.
Tanner, all you gotta do is join share play. I've already
A
started
full
it.
5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 2nd and 15
got who on
now.
that time?
Jackson steps
Okay,
away
that
to
was
his
dumb.
left. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
About what? I guess you're right.
What are y'all talking about?
Me and Brooklyn.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and
Shoot.
picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first.
And he is into the end zone
No,
for a
no.
Baltimore touchdown.
I'm going to the Marines, so I'll lose it when I go to boot camp.
As the Ravens push further out in front.
Yes, I'm for
I
real.
think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the
Pre-college,
corner
dude.
route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15.
Okay.
You have to do like
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an
Okay.
offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot, maybe a
I
yard.
hate you.
Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Now Cousins here on the bootleg.
Yeah, I'm not going full time.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard
Bro,
line.
that's bull.
Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 36
Travis, that
yards
was
on
dumb.
the play. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To the air again, it's Cousins. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. There he goes, left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores, and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 75 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted.
Okay.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Danielle Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
My phone died. I mean, my remote died.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. Got a man, it's Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. 23 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
I'm kicking his butt. It's like 24-7.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Yeah, I'm winning.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to
Why?
go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
But I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On second down, Cousins again.
No.
That's complete to the receiver,
Dude.
Thielen. And he's got it past the 30
I don't
before he's hit and
understand.
dropped. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
That's my second pick six. Try to close it too.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited
31-7.
and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a
Travis,
pick
how long are you
six.
gonna take this
This
forward?
one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Boy, you've been trying.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about
Get
jump-starting
that out
your
of
team,
there.
right? You just mentioned
Get
they're
that
down.
on
They're
team.
trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Check Mike 57 black. Big egg.
Cousins on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Now Cousins. Yeah, he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent. And maybe
got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings.
That was dumb.
Stephon Diggs, 47 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. To throw, Cousins. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson.
That worked so good, Travis.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Jackson, option right. And an alley to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read.
Okay, just run with the
But
ball.
this one winds up to be incomplete. He was
He's
trying to
holding the
get
ball
it to
in his
Seth
lap and
Roberts,
just
but it's
tosses it.
going to be
That's pretty
second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jackson throwing again. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And now
He
offensively,
caught
it's
both
3rd
feet
and
in,
10,
dude.
and
That
I'm
was
just
so
thinking to
dumb.
myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. On 1st and 10, Cousins going
is he
deep
caught
for
that thing like
Diggs.
that?
It's caught at
Okay,
the
I gotta
10.
stop blitzing.
Touchdown,
For some reason, he's getting caught back there.
Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. To throw his Cousins.
He ran
And
a
he's got
dig.
it for the
That's not
two-point
even that.
conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel, but they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points.
And he
Okay.
can't find a receiver, and he's brought
know.
down. Daniil Hunter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes. who are
Travis,
trying
how
to
did you
put it
let
on
that
the
happen?
23 yards the pickup there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Here's Jackson to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Wish I was
It's like
done.
this when the ball comes
I don't
free.
know
It's
how that
often
happened. That was
unusual
retarded.
for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking for Snead,
No.
and it's intercepted.
I kind of had to steal the
Picked
ball
up
game.
by Anthony Harris. CD with that incompletion. Let's look at some of the big games week
34 to
13. So
23.
these are
Kinda
ones
came
that
back.
our crew probably think of the biggest 4. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New He's got
How
it
is that
complete. The 20, 10, and he will score.
All you do is run a fade with
Touchdown,
freaking Stephon Diggs.
Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 79 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after
Such a butt down
Pressure
play.
now, and he's going to go down
Shit.
just inside
Yeah.
the 5-yard line. Still just a 2-score game in the 3rd quarter, but they're going to go onside kick here anyway. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Eddie Weber. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
What are you doing?
Check 50, check 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to
Okay.
throw.
He
And
always
can't
gets
get
hooked
rid
up
of it.
on me.
He's taken
That
down.
was so
There
nice.
for the sack, Everson Griffin.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. To throw is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Following the interception, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Cousins now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Cousins now. Going deep for Diggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That good for 22 and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Yeah.
They run. It's Mark Ingram.
Yeah. Sit down, Travis.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd
I put you
down.
on your butt.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right?
Yeah,
Continue to
do that,
possess the
Travis.
football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
You got
Terrific
141
run
left
from
in
one of the
life.
fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys...
And he
Dang, he
can't
was
find
something, dang.
anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. He can run for it. Touchdown, Ravens.
How you do it, Travis?
The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
I know, man.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Yeah,
so the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Rudolph on the receiving end for Cousins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down.
You got yards off of it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Cousins again. And this is Cook with the grab. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glue?
This is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he spins past him and into space. And they get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. So first and 10 now from the 30. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line.
I got 100+ rushing yards for both of them.
The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown,
yeah, that's not right.
Baltimore.
I like the gap.
Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. And he is into the end zone to put the lead up 2 more. And the option play works on the 2-point try. What'd you think of the call?
I like the call. What you're worried about, though, is if the defense blitzes the play. And if they do, what your answer is, the option. Why? If they blitz it, the quarterback has a chance to get rid of it to a trailing
5 below.
back. That one worked pretty well there.
Like, I don't even know.
Here are the Vikings now
Not
to
that
start
many.
their next
I
drive.
mean, Tanner
What
a
do you
couple
do here
times.
down like
That's
this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
No, what did he say?
One last shot
Say
now
Brooklyn.
for Cousins.
Brooklyn, who?
And that will be incomplete. As time has run out on this football game.
Come on, man, no.
A big offensive explosion helped.
Okay, that's nasty. It's pretty disgusting.